Neil Spate, CEO of the Bermuda Cricket Board. In an interview earlier today, the minister responsible for sport, Patricia Gordon-Pamplin, indicated that there was a meeting of sorts last night with the Bermuda Cricket Board and the ministry, as well as others. Can you elaborate on some of the things that were discussed concerning cricket?
Sure, absolutely. I can certainly confirm there was a meeting. I'm really appreciative of the people that came to the meeting at short notice. The minister came, the umpires, members of the executive and members of the BPS. Obviously the public and the board, the whole community is really concerned about the activities of last weekend, and in particular the antisocial elements that are getting associated with cricket but on the periphery of cricket due to the behaviour of some people associated with cricket. So we're really concerned about the game, the security, the umpires, the players, spectators, and we're working with the BPS to figure out how we can make it a more community-minded environment and how best to deal with this plague that we have upon us.
As the season is fast coming to a close, is this something that you'll be speaking with the clubs about over the off period of cricket earlier than normal to try and get some resolution to collectively decide how to approach this?
Absolutely. In fact, it's already started. So we know that we have Champion of Champions down at St David's. Willicuts are playing Stars. We have league games this weekend, and I've spoken with the president of St David's. We've spoken with Southampton Rangers in terms of the incident last week, and they're full on board in terms of trying to assist in cleaning up what has happened and also putting in preventative measures going forward. So I'm really pleased that everyone on board is very energised to do the right thing and move forward, and I expect the clubs will be very proactive during the close season, if you like, to work on this antisocial behaviour that shouldn't be associated with cricket and shouldn't be in our community.
Overall, after last night's meeting, where do you go as a collective group to try and resolve some of these issues?
Well, we're going to continue to work together. Obviously, we can draw on some of the experiences and some of the policies the BFA have put in place. Dave Sabir, I spoke to him last night, and he sent us some information which is useful. We're going to implement some of that at the game tomorrow at St David's, and I think it's a matter of getting the clubs together and saying, as a cricket community, as a clubs, we do not want to be associated with this behaviour in our environment. We want it to be family friendly. What are we going to do to get rid of it? So it's going to mean we're going to have to be forthright, but it's something that we can be done, and it's something that is well worth doing.
What's happened is that there have been a few incidents on the cricket pitch over the course of the last few weeks, which have caused concern for both the Cricket Board of Control and certainly for the government. Our perspective is that we are utilizing public funds, and we want to ensure that when public funds are being spent in various sporting organizations, the national sports governing bodies have a responsibility to ensure that there are certain standards and protocols in place. Some of the adverse behavior that has occurred on the cricket pitch has given cause for concern, and as a result we've actually had discussions with the Cricket Board of Control, and they were very fruitful discussions. So they recognize the importance of ensuring that we do not have antisocial behavior in cricket matches or in any sporting match for that instance, but I think that we're going to see some very favorable controls being put in place for the matches that are coming up, this Champion of Champions matches coming up this coming weekend and the following weekend. So I think that when there are problems that manifest themselves, as long as we are able to deal with them collaboratively and come up with an appropriate conclusion and solution, I think that it will bode well for the country. I asked the question in the meeting last night, what have we become? And that really is, it's a philosophical question, but it's one that gives me cause for a lot of concern. I think the general lack of courtesy and, of social interaction over the course of the last few years has been led by some of the negative political rhetoric. And I think when you get the leadership of the country, and I'm saying leadership with a small l in terms of both the government and the opposition, but in more specific instance, comments that are being made by the opposition that helps to undermine the stability of the country, I think that it just kind of filters down through the community. And that's what we're experiencing, and it's very, very unfortunate. Bermuda was such a, an amicable environment, and now you almost can't say anything for fear of being contradicted, and nobody has a problem with criticism, but it's the negative rhetoric that comes with it. It's the insults. It's just the lack of courtesy, and we've just lost it as a people, and it's very unfortunate. It's true, but I have to say that I had occasion this past Sunday to be present at the North Village field where they had a pre-football season competition. It was in honor of Charlie Emery, and the clubs got together. They played last week, and then there were 4 teams. I don't know if there were earlier teams, as part of the competition, but certainly there were 4 teams who played on Thursday night, and the winners played in the final on Sunday. The losers played in the sort of semifinal, the bronze medal, as it were. And the atmosphere at the North Village field was something of which we can all be proud, and a standard to which we should all aspire. I think the executive of the North Village Club have done a tremendous job with that facility, and I'm very proud of what they've done.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
2 nice stories.
Bless your heart.